A trauma to an individual creates damage to the brain tissue, but a trauma to a society creates damage to the social fabric. The society that is traumatized becomes envious, distrustful. It internalizes a feeling of inferiority. It internalizes shame. And it has a very damaging effect for many generations to come. That's why it is very important that the project of the liberation of the mind and psychological healing should go hand in hand with the project of the liberation of the land. I have some conclusions and then I will tell you a sad story. There are multi-layers of oppression in Palestine. A woman needs to navigate her way for freedom through different political spheres. Gender shapes vulnerabilities, but also shapes special capacities. Gender role flexibility contributes to community resilience, where women need to take the role of men sometimes, and men need to take the role of women. Women are often regarded as victims, but are usually resourceful, resilient, and maintain the social fabric of the community. Interventions to support women should be equitable, inclusive, and do no harm. There is false feminism in the world, and we should be cautious of false feminism, because false feminism maintains the status quo. It doesn't challenge the status quo. And there is also pink washing. If we talk about gender issues, pink washing. Yeah, Israel, the Palestinians are barbarians and Israel takes care of the Palestinian LGBTQ. Analyze that, no more details, and you will understand the pink washing that lies behind. Networking and understanding the intersectionality of the struggle will synergize the work for human liberation. This is the sad story. It's a fable. It's a legendary story that I hear from my patients when they talk about the oppression that comes to them from their own society. The story says that when the soldiers went to Palestinian villages to evacuate the homes, they had to do a lot of harm and rape the women. And so they went to the home of the chief of the village and harassed his wife. They went to the baker's home and killed the daughter. They went to many, many homes until they arrived to the home of Hassan. And Hassan was a courageous and a strong woman. And she managed to kill the rapist. But unfortunately, that put the other women in shame. What would the village say? If Hassan managed to do it, why others couldn't do it? So the women convened and they decided to kill Hassan. That's the legendary story, to warn us of the possibility that false feminism can do that for us. Thank you very much, and I end with this slide that says, don't classify me. Don't classify me, we are all the same humans. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry if I were...
Thank you very much. I would join all of you standing up at this point. Because as we've listened to Samah, I think we can relate to it. We see South Africa, we see the pain and trauma that sometimes we can't explain. Please be seated. At this particular point in time, I'd like to call the two panelists who will be joining us up front as respondents.